Hello, so in this lesson we're going to be talking about speed, and this is exercise 6G. Our learning intentions are to understand that speed is a rate relating distance and time. We need to be able to find an average speed, the distance traveled, and the time taken, and also to be able to convert between different units of speed. Now, here is some theory provided by the textbook, and I really don't want to spend much time on this at all. And the reason for that is because the textbook wants you to learn about how, average speed is distance over time, and I'm sure you know that. And, they give us the option of learning about all these different formulas. And you know what? We're not going to learn it because we don't need them. We can use what we know about rates to answer speed questions very easily. So you don't have to remember a whole bunch of formulas. We can just use what we already know about rates to answer these questions. So let's just jump straight into a question, shall we? So here it is. It says, find the average speed in kilometers an hour of a cyclist who travels 140 kilometers in 5 hours. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is just write down what they've told us. So we know there's a cyclist who travels 140 kilometers in 5 hours. Now, what we want to find is the average speed in kilometers an hour. Now, what is kilometers an hour? We know, and this is important, that it's kilometers in 1 hour. That's what it is. It's kilometers in 1 hour. That's what kilometers/h is. So if we want to find that, what we need is this 5 to be a 1. How are we going to do that? Well, we're going to divide by 5. And I'm going to divide this side by 5. Whoopsie daisy. You can use your calculator here, so you can go 140 divided by 5, and it's going to be 28. So that means this person is going 28 kilometers in 1 hour, and that's 28 kilometers an hour. So do you see what we're doing here? We're simply simplifying it. We're getting this to be 1 unit, and that right there is going to be our answer. Let's go on to the next one, which is going to be very similar. It says a driver who travels 260 kilometers in 4 hours. We want to find the average speed of this person. So find the average speed in kilometers an hour. So what we want to find is the amount of kilometers this person is doing in 1 hour. So remember, we're just turning this 4 into a 1. How are we going to do that? We're going to divide by 4. And I will divide this side by 4. What's 260 divided by 4? You can use your calculator. It's going to be 65. So that means my answer is going to be 65 kilometers an hour. And you write it like that with a dash. Let's highlight it. Perfect. Let's keep on moving. So these ones are just a touch different. So it says a runner who travels 3 kilometers in 15 minutes. So we begin by just writing down what we're told. Now remember, what we want to find is, if we go back to the question, it says kilometers per hour, right? Hour. So we want this second thing here to be in 1 hour. So that means we need to go from 15 minutes to 1 hour. Now, hopefully you know that it's just times by 4. And the reason for that is because if you think about it, we have 15, plus 15 is 30, plus 15 is 45, plus 15 is 60. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Or in other words, 15 goes into 1 hour 4 times. So that's kind of one way you can think about it. That means we're going to times this side by 4. That's going to be 12 kilometers in 1 hour. So I write it as 12 kilometers an hour. And that's going to be my answer. Let's highlight it. Perfect. Last one of these type of examples here. We have a walker who walks 2 kilometers in 20 minutes. So we want this to be 1 hour. How do I go from 20 minutes to 1 hour? Again, hopefully you know that you times it by 3. And the reason for that is because 20 plus 20 is 40, plus 20 is 60. So it goes in 3 times. 1, 2, 3. But let's get rid of that. So I'm going to times this side by 3. And this is going to be 6 kilometers in 1 hour. So the important thing here, and what I don't want people to get tricked up on, is that 20 minutes times 3 is 1 hour, and 15 minutes times 4 is 1 hour. So get comfortable with working with like 15 and 20 and all of those types of numbers. Okay, the last thing I do here is 16 kilometers an hour. Sorry, 6 kilometers an hour. I can't read. And that's it. All right, I'm going to pause this part here, and in the next part, we'll go through some more examples. But hopefully all that made sense, and I'll see you in the next part.